Hi, my name is Natalie. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. I like making crafting tutorials, particularly farmhouse, and today we're going to be making two projects. One is going to be a reverse spring-summer sign. Oh, I said summer. And the other is going to be triple vases. The majority of the materials I did pick up at Dollar Tree along with Walmart, and the vases are actually going to be an upcycle. Recycle. I'll be showing them to you in the video along with listing them in the description box below. I want to take the time out to thank all of you that have subscribed, liked, and left your comments. They're really starting to make my little channel grow. So I kindly ask all you newbies that are here, since I'm still one myself, if you can kindly do the same. Subscribe, like, hit that notification bell so that YouTube will inform you when I am here again. So thank you, and let's get started. Our first project is going to be the reversible spring-summer wall hanging. You're going to need one cutting board, pot holders with spring design, we only need one, beige lace wired burlap ribbon along with plain beige wired burlap ribbon, jute cord, Mod Podge, Waverly chalk paint. For this project we're going to be using the colors Elephant and Plaster, paint brushes, Cricut Accessories, vinyl in the color flat black, and clear contact paper. If you don't have a Cricut, you can always use sticky letters, or you can even handwrite with a black Sharpie. A ruler and a black Sharpie, glue gun, glue sticks, and scissors. We're going to start with the elephant paint in our foam brush, and we're going to paint one side of the cutting board. We're going to apply 2 coats, allowing each coat to dry thoroughly. Then we're going to take our stippling brush and our plaster paint, and we're going to distress the handle and the edges of the cutting board. Now we're going to take apart our pot holder. We're going to remove the seams so we can get the front fabric off of the pot holder. We're now going to center it onto the cutting board, and we're going to use a pencil to make some lines so we know exactly where to cut it. We're also going to cut the top and the bottom so that it's even. Now we're going to take the Mod Podge and we're going to put a generous coat on the cutting board. It also protects the surface and allows the paint not to chip. Now we're going to take our fabric and we're going to center it, and we're going to smooth out any wrinkles, and then we're going to put a generous amount of the Mod Podge and allow it to completely dry. Now we're going to flip the cutting board and we're going to use our plaster, and we're going to do the same thing as we did before, applying 2 coats of the paint, allowing each coat to thoroughly dry. Now we're going to take a ruler and a Sharpie, and we're going to mark 1-inch increments. There should be about 4. Then we're going to take the ruler and align our marks and draw lines to make it look somewhat like shiplap. Then we're going to take our elephant paint and our stipple brush, take as much paint off, and we're going to distress the cutting board. We're going to paint in the same directions as the lines to make it look a little bit more like wood. Then we're going to apply a coat of Mod Podge on the entire surface of the cutting board. It also allows the vinyl to adhere better. I got my SVG on lovedesign.com. It was free, but when I brought it over to my design space, I changed it just a little bit to look like this. Then we're going to cut it on our machine. Then we're going to weed it. Put the clear contact paper over to transfer, burnish it, and remove it. Then we're going to center it to our cutting board, burnish it onto our cutting board, and then peel off the contact paper.
I just love that. Now we're going to take some jute cord and we're going to glue it to the top part of the cutting board. And we're going to wrap it around, making sure that the jute stays straight. I wrapped it around 5 times. Then we're going to secure the end and cut it off. We're going to repeat the same process on the bottom of the cutting board, making sure that we use glue as needed to make sure the lines stay straight. Then we're going to glue the end and cut off the excess. Now it's time for our bows. You're going to cut 10-inch pieces. You're going to loop it, flip it, pinch it in the center to form a bow, and then wrap it around with the jute cord. Add a little bit of hot glue to the back to secure the jute. And then cut off the excess. And we're going to fluff our little bow, add a little bit of hot glue to the back, and glue it to the top. We're now going to flip the cutting board and we're going to repeat the process with the beige burlap ribbon. I originally was going to use green, but I think the beige looks a little better. Then we're going to glue the back, secure the jute, cut off the excess, add a little, fluff it. Add a little bit of hot glue to the back and then attach it to the top. Our reversible sign is all done. I absolutely love it. I'm glad I chose the beige ribbon, but you'll see both. So what do you guys think? Beige or green? Leave a comment and let me know. I still think they both look kind of cute. And now my summer sign. I cannot wait to flip it to use it for summer. Our second project is the Upcycle Recycled Trio Vases. You're going to need 3 empty spaghetti jars, or you can use any jars that you may have on hand, or vases. Lace Beige Wired Burlap Ribbon. Neutral colored buttons. I used 3 medium and 6 small. Waverly chalk paint. For this project we used the Truffle and the Plaster. Paint brushes. Jute cord. Boxwood Greenery. I used 3 bunches. Cricut Accessories, flat black vinyl, and a clear contact paper. But like I said before, if you don't have a Cricut, you can use sticky letters, or you can even handwrite it with a black Sharpie. My glue gun, glue sticks, and scissors. We're going to start by using our color plaster, and we're going to apply 2 coats to our jars, minus the jar opening, allowing each coat to thoroughly dry. This is what it should look like. Now we're going to take our burlap ribbon. I cut 12 inches and I removed the wire from the ribbon. It just makes it easier to wrap around the jar. I then used a little bit of hot glue to secure it, flipped it around the jar, folded the end, and then secured it with hot glue just to make it look cleaned up. Now we're going to use our buttons. I use 1 medium button and I secure it to the center right over the lace, and then I glue the other 2 little buttons on either side. Now we're going to take our jute cord and we're going to apply a little bit of hot glue at the base of the opening of the jar, and we're going to wrap the jute around the entire opening, gluing it at the edge and cutting off the excess. I went back to lovesvg.com and got my free design of Home Sweet Home, but of course when I brought it to my Cricut design space, I only used the words home and sweet. We're going to cut it out on our vinyl, weed it, That's the hardest part. Apply the clear contact paper, burnish it, and we're going to lift it. Now we're going to cut the individual letters and we're going to stick them right above the ribbon on the jar. There's home, there's sweet, and I did do the other home. When you're done with all three, this is what it's going to look like. Now it's time to glue them. You can use E6000, but I like to be able to take them apart if need be. But this glue really held pretty well, and I'll explain why later. After looking at the jars, I thought they looked a little stark, so I took some of my Truffle and I distressed it. I tried taking the jars apart, but they weren't going anywhere. That's what it looks like done. I think it looks much better. Now we're going to take our boxwoods. I didn't bother taking them apart. I just bent the stem to allow the height of the foliage I wanted. And it's all finished. I absolutely love this. And the best part, the jars were free. You can also switch the flowers that suit your decor or change them for the season. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget you can also follow me on Instagram at natcreatescrafts. Please subscribe so this way we'll be seeing each other next time. Until then, happy crafting and take care.